What's up, YouTube? This is True Raw for TV. Alright, so before I get into this video, I want to give a big shout out to Zach Hankins for the donation to the channel via the Cash App. Much respect to you for showing love to Too Raw for TV, aka Too Raw for Sports. He has a question. He asked me if I think that this is it for Aaron Rodgers, if he's going to retire. Now, of course, I think most of you guys know that in the seasonal debut game, which was the Jets, Aaron Rodgers' new team, against the Buffalo Bills, a game which the Jets still won in overtime despite Aaron Rodgers' injury. Aaron Rodgers suffered a torn Achilles during the first series of the game, and he is out for the year. Now, Aaron Rodgers vows to come back. Now, do I think that he'll come back? I think that knowing Aaron Rodgers, he probably will come back. Or he will attempt to come back. Yeah. I think that he will attempt to come back and play another year and fulfill or try to fulfill his goal of winning a Super Bowl with this team. Because, look, in my opinion, and I know another person who feels the same way, I think that Aaron Rodgers is not only obsessed with wanting to be seen as perhaps the greatest quarterback ever, although I think Tom Brady tends to hold that title in most people's eyes, although I think it's Joe Montana. Not only is he obsessed with that, I think he's even more obsessed with trying to do everything that Brett Favre couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to do everything that Brett Favre couldn't do. It's just funny, Brett Favre, after he played with the Packers, he went to the Jets. Started off strong, but then Brett Favre got hurt. Remember? He got hurt. They were like 8-3 at one point, and then Favre got hurt, and I think the rest of the way they went like 1-6. And I think they either missed the playoffs somehow or they got knocked out in the first round. I can't remember. It was so long ago. It's even worse for Rodgers. First series with the Jets, he gets knocked out for the season. So it's like whenever Aaron Rodgers tries to chase Brett Favre, and look, I think most people would assume and would rank Aaron Rodgers ahead of Brett Favre. I can understand it, absolutely. But still, I think in his mind, because he's never been as beloved with Packer fans as Brett Favre was, even though he did win a Super Bowl, but Aaron Rodgers, I think he still be chasing like Brett Favre's ghost and shit. But yeah, I think he's going to try to come back, man. But I just predict that he's starting to, he's old, man. He's 40. He's 40 years old playing a young man's game. And to be honest with you, I think that there are other... Look, over the past 5 or 6 years, there's been a change in the quarterback position that I think the NFL notices, right? And I think you guys know what I'm alluding to, right? For many years, the quarterback position was dominated in a certain way. But now you're starting to see more and more quarterbacks who defy and have been defying this long-held belief that certain people couldn't play that position, right? Didn't have the mental capacity, didn't have the quick thinking processes to be successful. And this is not me talking out of my ass. This is stuff that has been said in memos. This is in the NFL. This is stuff that's been said by NFL scouts in front offices behind closed doors. This ain't me just talking out my ass trying to make up shit. These are things that have been said. So you got guys that look a certain way now playing the NFL quarterback position and are thriving. But at the same time, the NFL recognizes that his audience is different from the NBA's. Their audience is different from, some other sports. The NBA, 45% of their audience is African American. Major League Baseball has a different audience makeup. The NFL, I think something like 60+% of their audience looks like middle America. They want someone they can relate to. So yeah, it made perfect sense to put Aaron Rodgers, the last remaining great golden boy, on a championship team, or try to create a championship team. They were going to be, I guarantee you, they were going to try to make Aaron Rodgers and the Jets America's team. So look, this isn't me trying to play that card. It's just me trying to be real about it. So yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers will come back, but whether or not he'll be able to lead the Jets to a Super Bowl or something of that matter, I mean, even when he's healthy, the last few years, Aaron Rodgers just seems to always, he's been choking. I mean, when he's in the postseason, the last few years, man, a lot of times, man, this guy just doesn't bring his A game. Now, why would that change as he ages? And coming back from Achilles rupture, I mean, look, he was already older, but now he's going to be even more immobile. He's going to be even slower physically, not to mention 1 year older. So I don't know, man. You just don't know how these guys age. Peyton Manning 1 year threw 55 touchdowns, and then 2 years later he was struggling to throw a decent goddamn ball without it wobbling. A pass without it wobbling everywhere. So, you just never know when these guys physically are going to start breaking down. And I think you could kind of make an argument that Aaron Rodgers is starting to break down. But we'll see. Tell me what you guys think.